Something we do each Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. And then we also have following my session, which is open Q&A for self-publishing. We moving over to a session with Kelly Lima for those of you who have questions specific to graphic design or laying out your book, maybe asking some feedback on a new cover. So Kelly will be following me right after my session. So let me just briefly introduce myself. First of all, welcome everyone. My name is April Cox, and I am the founder of Little Labradoodle Publishing and also the creator of Self Publishing Made Simple. And one of the things that I do to give back to the author community is I show up once a week here for you, both on Zoom as an event, and also we broadcast that to YouTube, so you can if you miss it, you can always catch it live there on the YouTube Live. So I am here, open question, just feel free to go ahead and post your questions in the chat. I also just ask you to keep your background noise at a minimum. So if you're not talking, if you could just put yourself on mute and feel free to take yourself off mute to ask questions or just go ahead and raise your hand or post them into the chat. For those of you that are watching me on YouTube and you want to come and join us live, I'm going to just go ahead and post the link. It's aprilcox.com/events, EVENTS, and you can join us live if you prefer instead of watching it on YouTube. So I just want to start with a little story that happened to me today. As you can see, I got a haircut. And like the haircut. I think it came out okay. But it was one of those things that is an everyday event that you do that it ended up making me think about self-publishing. And you probably have say, what the heck are you talking about, April? But I have had probably the same haircut and for the past, I don't know, 35 years. And it's always the same haircut that I want, but very rarely do I get. And part of it is because I mix and match things. Like I want it done one way toward the front and the side, but I want it treated completely different in the back of my hair. And I have come up against hairstylists that would be like, no, we don't do that. Like, how about we just do it this way instead? And they kind of squash my voice, and I never get what I want or what I asked for. It makes me wish that I could go back 25 years in the past and find my hairdresser who used to cut it exactly the way I wanted, but I can't. And it just made me think, but today I like really stood up and said, look, I never get the haircut I want. And I want to know if you will meet me halfway and let me explain this long-winded thing about how exactly I want you to cut my hair and how I want you like even like pull it up a certain way to trim it. Like I want to tell you what really works for me and what I
Time.
need. And of course I was open to listening to their feedback and you
Lifetime.
know we think this is too short and we think we should leave more here or whatever. So I listened to their recommendation, but in the end I made my own decision. And it made me flash back to some of the events that are going on with some of my authors today, and over the past couple of weeks, where there's difference of opinion between what the editor recommends and what we as authors decide. And a couple of my authors have run into that, where the author wants one thing, the editor is providing feedback and giving their input and their expertise. But in the end, I had to say to the author, you've got the recommendation, but it is your book. You are the one that is paying the money. You are the one that gets to have the last say. So make sure that the project is going to work for you. Now, they may. in the end, 2 or 3 years later, come back and say, I'm going to rework it. Maybe that editor was right after all, or maybe that illustrator who was working on my cover was correct after all. But this is our experience and our product, and it's our project, and it is a reflection of who we are. So I just want to start with that little story and just encourage you to stand up for yourself and to take ownership and really allow that your personality and your preferences shine through the project that you're doing. So that's just my little introduction to one of the things that caught my attention today in everyday life. But now I'm just going to open it up if anybody has any specific comments on that or questions. Have you ever run into a situation where you differ between what you want to do or the feedback and recommendations you're getting from your illustrator, designer, or the editor? Love to hear more about how you work through that. And any other question, you can feel free. If it's about self-publishing, that's where my expertise lies. And if you have issues or questions about design, formatting, cover feedback, then I would hold on to those until Kelly's back. And actually, Kelly is here today. I see she's here already, but we'll be focusing on those design type questions at the 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here.
Hey there. Um, Hi, Susan. So Susan joined us from YouTube. So I'm going to be kind of trying to watch and check in on the posts and the questions that are coming in from YouTube, as well as folks here. Anybody have a question for me, or anything to share?
So,
Oh,
oh,
I do. I'll
Go
just
ahead.
share a story. This is Gail. In the first book that I wrote, middle grade, it was really important that the young protagonist had a blue bike. I mean, that's what her parents gave her. In
Mm-hmm.
book two, I had an illustrator that insisted the book couldn't be blue. And I said, it has to be blue. It's part of the story. It's also part of the mystery that's in the story. It has to be blue.
Mm-hmm.
So then I got a red bike. I said, nope, it's got to be blue. Now you would think this is so simple. And the comment was, but a blue bike would look so much better on the cover. A red bike would look so much better on the cover. I said, can we just get one thing absolutely clear? It is a blue girl Schwinn bike 1960. So I went and dug out a picture of it exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
And finally, I got the blue bike. But it was
Sometimes
so
it's such a
frustrating.
struggle, and it is
Yeah.
frustrating, but good for you for standing up and getting what you wanted. Good for
So I
you.
knew covers out and I have a blue bike.
Good. Well, I would love it if you wanted to share your cover and talk a little bit about your book. I'm happy to allow you to do
Um,
that if you'd like.
Probably not tonight because I'm not in a
Okay.
good visual place. How's
Okay.
that?
No
Okay.
problem. No
I'll take
problem
it
at
up
all.
another time and thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
so this is Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Hi. And I think when I had the editor look at the final well, we'll see if it's final final copy for the book.
Mhm.
I think the editors, they look at everything. So I was making sure to emphasize certain words so they were capitalized
Mhm.
and every like capitalization they were saying, I mean, every like emphasized word that was bolded or capitalized, they were saying not to do that. So,
Right, because grammatically, you don't
right.
need it to be. But I love that you came up with your own style. Like, here's how we're going to treat the highlighted things, and you are one of the authors that I work with regularly who really knows what you want, and you know your target audience probably way better than I do or your editor will. So I'm proud of you that
Thank
you've stepped up and you've done it your own way. And if whether it works or not, that's your decision to finalize. All we can do as publishing professionals is advise. and you guys get to make the final decisions. But I find sometimes that there are authors out there who are very timid and feel like, hey, these experts know better than me. I should just be quiet and let them do what they're going to do, which is how I treated my haircuts because I had given up on getting somebody to actually listen to what I wanted and just be like, okay, they think that this is going to be better. Let them do it their way. I hated it every time, and it just doesn't suit me. So hopefully, as we move forward, this book is going to be a great success, but you were able to step up and make it exactly what you wanted it to be. So,
It's also a social emotional learning book. So because
Mhm.
it's not a typical children's book, it's a social emotional learning book. It does have more words and it's just arranged a little bit differently because of that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the other thing is the page 14 that we did together.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have that or could.
I did. I sent you a link that had
Oh,
our
you did?
last like coaching session with all of the terms that we came up with. So I sent it to you and said, take a look at this. Does this give you what you're looking for? If it doesn't, Lori, then we will find a time to jump on and get together. I apologize for delays in my response, but wow, it has been busy. I've probably published between October and December. I probably publish at least 100 books or 70 books. And
Oh
so
my
the
gosh.
the feverish pace has been crazy. And my lovely assistant, Sakshi, I miss you, Sakshi. I can't wait for you to come back, has been missing. So she's off
Um,
for the week. So a lot of emails have been buried in my inbox. So for anybody that's listening, if you have sent me an email and feel like I've ignored it or it's not getting a response, it's probably because I miss my assistant and I don't have her help this week. So best thing to do is like you could ask the question here, reach out again, or you could text me. My cell phone number is actually on my website. So text me if you've got, if I'm
we
missing
created like a
something.
sample of the scroll on Chat GBT, like on the account for me. So I
Yeah.
think it's probably on there because it was a sample. And we're
Okay,
gonna
that's what we need to find. Okay, I can
that
find that for you.
okay, yeah, because
Yeah, I can
that's
find
where it
that
is.
for you.
Okay, I can send you an email to remind you.
Wonderful. I've also been creating or been working on utilizing AI to help me and my authors come up with book trailers. And just like, upload I have a professional version of ChatGPT. I also have my own custom version called Authorpreneur AI. So I have uploaded when I upload things, I've got the kind of a plan that nothing is being shared on the internet or publicly. It's private. So what I was doing with one of my authors recently, actually with a few. We're getting ready to run some Amazon ads. Christmas is coming. So we wanted to put together a really good video, and not only for Amazon ads, but we could use it for social media, use it for YouTube, use it, on your website. And most importantly, from my perspective, is also that it meets the requirements for Amazon ads. So I've been working with a couple of different resources, and I went into Authorpreneur AI, and you can use your own AI if you want. But I uploaded the book, the interior of the book, with the author's permission, of course. And I would say if you're going to do this in your own version of whatever AI you like, just make sure that you are upgraded to a point where it's not going to share anything or you're not concerned with it using these things, making them public or training on your work. So especially if it's not yet has a copyright. So anyway, I uploaded the thing and then said, I want to put together a book trailer that highlights the beauty of this book, the important parts of the book. It must be no longer than 44 seconds long, which is what I recommend, no longer than that for Amazon ads, and it'll still meet all the other requirements. So that's something I've been working on and came up with. I've been loving the way that it just says, you know, opening sentence, this, and then show the image from this page, and then another sentence, and then show this image. And it's done a really nice job. I've been really surprised at how well it has been able to create a nice script, which then I give to the people that I have on my team to go and generate the images. If you're a whiz at Canva, I mean, generate the video. If you're a whiz at Canva, maybe you could even use the video portion of Canva to kind of follow along. But it's a great opportunity and a new way of using AI to help you generate those videos. If you have not tried that, just a suggestion, go ahead and give it a try. I think you might be really pleasantly surprised at what it comes up with. Okay. All right. I'm also happy to share some of the sample videos and things like that that are being created. And if you guys have any feedback or questions, or you want to even step through it, maybe you have a video or a book launch that's coming soon, and you have the need to pull something like that together. I'm happy to walk through exactly what I do. I do have a question here on YouTube. Let me just read this. Storyteller Susan. I try robust launch teams, but I come up short for each book. I don't get enough people and I don't end up with many reviews. How can I turn this around before I release my next book? Susan, I can't tell you how very similar this is to a number of authors that I've worked with as well. It's really about being able to reach out and connect with people and to attract people so that you're building your author platform. It seems to me that maybe your family and friends and the initial outreach that you're doing are people that, you know, maybe are friends, perhaps they're in a very busy time of year and not being very helpful for you. I think that there's a couple things that I see happening with authors that are struggling with this. One of them is um, not connecting with their target audience where they are. So, for example, one author that I've worked with for a number of years would start talking about her book and sharing information, being really excited about her book early on, maybe a couple months before it even launches. And every time she posts something, whether it's like, oh, here's a picture of my character, here's a little information, or here's an early sketch. What do you guys think? Right? She would get inundated with people. Oh my God, that's so cool. And this is so great. And tell me about your book. And so she would be talking about her book all the time. And every time somebody said, I like that's a great idea. I can't wait to see to hear when it launches. She would direct message them and say, "Hey, do you mind if I add you to my list of people to notify when the book gets closer?" And she started collecting, and I thought at the time, wow, it was a very low tech way to do it, right? She just basically opened up a notebook and started making a list of people's email addresses, everybody that commented on her book. She made a list of all of her family, friends, and those that she knew. Like if you take a look at your phone and you look down at the people that you're texting regularly, and you think about, I saw this is not my original idea, but I saw this in another webinar that someone did. I wish I remember the name of the gentleman who was saying this because I would give him credit. But he said, take a look at your phone and all the people you're texting. Now, message one at a time with this thought. I'm getting closer to publishing my new book, and I'm going to be looking for a launch team. Are you in? Question mark. And then send the text. And it was funny because he made people send the text right there and go down their list of people that they've been texting with. You could do the same thing with family and friends. And what about other authors, right? My goal typically with this is to have 100 people on my launch team, and that I was able to do that with this past book launch that I did. And even if only half of them follow through and give you a review, you end up with with 50 reviews at the end, or after your book launches, after the ebook launches, and prior to your print book launching. So nurturing those relationships with other authors, friends, family members, and a lot of the things that hold us back from doing that is, oh, I'm bugging them. Well, I can tell you, as somebody who participates in a ton of book launches, when I've got authors that text me or they email me, and I might get 3 or 4 emails or texts before I finally find time to do it. And I'm not looking at that fifth message from them or the text that says, hey, time is running out. I need you to do this now if you haven't done it yet. I appreciate that final reminder, because it's like, oh crap, I got busy. I really meant to support this person. I want to help them. I just got busy, and life is like that. So if you are somebody that is afraid that you're going to be bothering somebody, then it's going to be really difficult to get your launch team, number one, have people sign up for your launch team. Number two, to actually get them to do what you need them to do, because you have to text, you have to call, you have to like really sign up and do things. I was on with an author today. We were looking at her book and reviewing what the designer had done. She was all excited, and she said, "Gosh, I've been talking to all my friends and telling them about this, and I've had so many people pre-order." And I said, "Okay, let's go check." And we went into KDP. We pulled it up, 7 pre-orders. And she had talked to dozens of people that said, "Yep, I'm going in and pre-ordering right now." But they didn't. So I said, "This is common. This happens all the time." She could just hang her head low and just say, "Oh, fine, nobody wants to support me." But what really, what I coached her through is, you've got to get to each of them. Did you pre-order yet? Did you pre-order yet? Did you pre-order yet? Hey, it's launched. We're launching in 3 days. And you can do this through email reminders. You can post on social media, but sometimes you just got to pick up the phone or text and make sure that people go, yes, I did. Not, I'm gonna do it later, but yes, I did. And it's a pain in the rear end. The good news is, the more that your platform grows, the less you have to worry about this in the future. Because once you've got, 1,500 people on an email list and your new book is launching, you'll have plenty of people jumping on saying, yeah, I'm here for it. And you won't be begging people to do this. So I hope that helps. But it is a very common situation. And if anybody that's here with us has any recommendations for Susan, please do feel free to speak up and share your experience as well. Okay. All right. What other questions do you have? Let me go see if I've got anything in chat over here. How can I help you today?
I'll share a little sneaky thing.
Okay. Is this
I've been
Gail?
doing, yeah, this is Gail. I've been
Hi,
doing a
Gail.
lot of in-person events with craft
Mm-hmm.
shows and author shows and all this kind of stuff. And I just got tired of people saying, "Oh, I'll buy the ebook. I'll go online and get your ebook."
Mm-hmm.
So Friday I have a big show. I also have a giant QR code where they can just stand right there and buy the ebook.
Ah, I like it.
Yep.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it was a pretty low cost idea on how to do that. And a friend of mine is also doing it with her book because people say, I like the audiobook, and she's got an audiobook. So we're going to bring them right there.
Nice, nice.
Right there so they don't forget and they don't
Mhm.
get home and say, oh, I don't know if I was really wanting this or not.
Right. Good idea. Yeah, just
We'll
continue
see.
to drive sales. When I go to events, which is not often, but when I first launched books, I was going to all the local events, and one recommendation that Bobby Hinman had given me, and it works wonderfully. Bobby Hinman is like my go-to editor for children's books, and Bobby mentioned her experience, and she said, I put together a postcard. So
Mhm.
I ended up, following her instructions and putting together a postcard that had the front cover of my book, and it said, free, and it had a QR code. And on the
Mhm.
back, it had like a coloring page for kids. And so
Ah.
I did that. So everybody wanted one, but what I loved is they had the QR code that they could go and either download the free ebook, which gave me their email address, um, or they would have like a visual picture of my cover that they could follow up with. But one of the things it did for me, who is a terrible introvert, I don't put me in a crowd and expect me to be the one chatting everybody up. That's my husband. I am typically the one sitting there and like smiling and trying to look friendly,
Missing.
but feeling very uncomfortable and
Loving.
wiggling in my
Writing a
seat,
tour.
you
Yeah.
know? But then so I was using it as a way of breaking the ice with people that might be walking by. I'd say, "Hey, would you like a free ebook? Or
Mhm.
have you gotten the free ebook that I have?" And so I was able to like reach out and hold out a card, and they would come over to me. As they came over to me, they would see all the like a bowl full of stickers for the kids, and then each kid got to go through and pick just the right sticker. Of course, I had plenty of different types of stickers, so that held them up as the child was trying to figure out which one that they wanted. So it gave me an opportunity to also chat the parents up and tell them what I had and what special was going on today, a little bit about me and the book. And that was really helpful. It did help me. And it also did, if they walk away and they didn't buy anything, they still had that card. They could download a free ebook, but they would be giving me their email address, which would give me an opportunity to continue to grow my platform on email. So I was okay with that. But yeah, I think that's, great opportunity. Anything we can do to reinforce, whether it's what we're selling there at the present or whether it's an ebook or an audiobook, I think it's genius to have other opportunities that you can easily hand them a card with a QR code, or ask, hey, here, scan this code and you can grab that right now.
So you
Good job.
don't forget. Yeah.
Yeah, good
Thank
job.
you.
Thanks for sharing.
I would like to see the book trailers you're making, and your hair looks fabulous.
Thank you. Well, I haven't like washed it and like restyled it myself. I hate the way hair artists do your hair when it's never the same as when I do it myself. But thank you. I kind of like it was getting really awful. But okay, so I have let me just pull up. You probably won't hear the words, but what you will, I mean, you won't hear the music, but you will be able to see the animation and kind of like the different things that we're playing around with that I think are really working well. So let me just pull this up really quickly and share my screen. This is a new book by Patty Lennox. It's called, hold on, let's see. Can you see my screen? Let's
Yeah.
see. All right, so it's coming up. I think I probably should have just done it from my download. But it's called There's a Frog in My Hair. And it's a humorous rhyming story from Patty Lennox, and it has just launched. Actually, today, BookBub, it's free today. So if you like the story and you want to check it out, let me just click on it from my downloads here. MP4. Sorry, guys. I was doing it from my online version, and that's probably not working very well. There we go. All right.
And AI turned the pages and everything. Wow.
So I think that was pretty good. I mean, there's always opportunity to adjust and improve things, and I think I would probably, were you guys able to see the video?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I would probably maybe change where the positioning of the text, maybe have it more integrated into the screen. But we've got some people now on the team that are able to generate what you saw there for $50, believe it or not. So if that sounds like something that would be helpful for you, I would be happy to introduce you to Patricia, who was able to create that video for Patty, and it worked out really well. She did a great job, and I'm sure it won't stay $50 forever, but what a great opportunity because I'm just going to show you, we're just going to do a quick look up on Amazon. And let's just go to children's books. This is one of the reasons why I think that these types of videos and differentiating yourself. I'm on, I just got to go to Amazon.com. All right, so if I go here and just type children's, all right, we'll just do new Christmas books. Okay, so any kind of thing that you're doing, you're looking for on Amazon, as you're scrolling through this, oh no, go away. As you're scrolling through things, you're going to see that the ones that are at the top of the page are usually the ones that have sponsored um, sponsored ads, right? These in order in this very busy Christmas season to get your book visible, and this is just I didn't plan it this way, but these are two of my client books right at the top because he's got the sponsored. He one of them is from being sponsored. The other one is number one for this list, even though um, he's not paying for it. And so that's because we worked really hard with his Amazon ads, getting him indexed for these things. And so as we start to get these Christmas books out there, we're going to see a lot more. And so here's his ad again. We're going to see a lot more people trying to get their books visible. And it's so important that we have something that's going to stop the scroll. Here's another one of my author's books. Another one here. Gosh, I'm not seeing any videos. I thought for sure when I got through here, I would see somebody running a video. Let me just do children's books. Children's classics or children's, okay, books. What I'm trying to show you is how different it looks when you're scrolling on Amazon and you're searching for something, you're scrolling through, how different a video ad will look versus a sponsored ad. Here we go. So here's a video ad. Look at how huge that video is. It really takes up the space. It really stops the scroll and it gives you an opportunity. You could turn on the voice, but it shows you the beauty of what you're doing. It lets people know whether or not this book is for them. Now, if you see this small little thumbnail here, it does not do the book justice compared to what we're looking at here in this video. So we've got the author talking about her book. You could do that very easily. You could do the movement that I saw that we did with the turning of the pages. That works really nicely as well. She's physically turning the pages. So you could create this yourself and just make sure that it has the right specifications. So you can help to build that brand. But this, everybody here has been looking at this the time that we've been together, and it's cost this author nothing to show this video so that as people are scrolling through here, if they don't click on the link, maybe it's not for them or they're not looking for a picture book, they're looking for a chapter book or they're looking for a toddler book and this isn't the right age group. If it's not for them, they're going to keep scrolling. And so, but all of this free branding, free knowledge about the book is not going to cost the author anything at all. And it's so much better, like I said, than this little little thumbnails that we get to see. So, and it also differentiates yourself because only a small number or percentage of the authors that are advertising their books are running videos. So there's a little bit of a learning curve. You have to have just the right size video. It has to pass Amazon scrutiny. If it has anything, any words in it or anything that they don't like, if you refer to Amazon or bestseller or other places or even a URL to your website, they'll reject it. And so many times when you're first starting to go and use these kind of video ads, you'll just keep getting rejected and rejected, and they finally, you finally give up. But the ones who stick through it and are able to run some video ads, it doesn't cost you anything more per click to run a video ad. And it gives you, I think, a real opportunity to distinguish yourself, especially with Christmas coming. So I thought that would be a good, just a good thing to talk about is the upcoming Christmas season. So if you've got ideas, things or questions about Christmas and what you can be doing, happy to answer those. If you are not running ads, you really should be. And it's too late almost. But if you get started soon, like within the next week or so, you can drive some traffic to your book and get some Christmas sales. But it's something that you can't continue to drag your feet and try to run some ads in November, December, and expect it to convert because it takes a while to figure out what's working, what's not working, and to tweak your ads so that they perform well. So just wanted to drop that too as a reminder. If you turned your ads off after last Christmas, it's time to really turn them back on because Christmas books have been selling since July, August. So Christmas in July was started moving things. August continued it a little bit more of a trickle. By the time September rolled around, it was like double what it was in July. And now we're into October and we're really seeing a spike for Christmas sales, Christmas books. Okay. I think it also accelerated this year because of the fact that people have decided with tariffs and everything else going on, that they weren't going to be waiting until the Christmas, it's almost Christmas to start purchasing because they felt like things were going to be going up in price. And that tends to be true. So anyway, anybody running ads or have anything to share about what you're doing for your Christmas work? Christmas sales?
I don't have what I'm doing for Christmas sales, but last week I took off and went to Bigfoot country since my book is about Bigfoot. And I was up in the redwoods and I had sent out emails, an introductory email with ebook attached.
Oh,
And I had a couple appointments and one guy got sick, so he never showed up. But anyway, he told me that he would order in the spring because it's late in the season, because it's a tourist type place.
yeah.
And I went into the first store I went into happened to be The Legend of Bigfoot.
Oh, wow. How cool.
Yeah.
And that's, by the way, that's the title of her book, in case you don't know already. That's cool.
Yeah. And so the decision maker wasn't there, but there was three girls in the office, or three girls that work in the store, and they were sitting there just reading the book and just having a blast. And I said, well, I'll leave it here. And then I gave them my form, the wholesale form. And I said, I'll be back tomorrow to see what you want, so we can talk. So anyway, he was out again, but he said 24 books, and I had him in my car.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so then I went to the next place and they, I told them I had an appointment with this girl. And so they went and got her. And I walked into her office and she goes, give me 18. And I'm like, okay, cool. And it was
So,
just
so
the letter.
share the secret. How did you get these appointments? What have you been doing? And what have you been sending in preparation for your visit where you dropped in to talk to them?
I sent an email with my ebook, and I told them I was going to be in the area from this time to this time, and I would love to set up an appointment. And I got back 2 responses, well, 3 responses, and then the guy was sick, so he wasn't able to show up. But he did later send me an email saying that he wants to see me in the spring.
Okay. How
So
many original emails did you send out for those 3 replies?
in that area, I probably sent out 10. And
Wow, pretty good.
yeah, it was a pretty big area that I was going to cover. But I found out that a lot of the stores don't even have websites or emails or
Right.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to contact the can't even think of it, the local business thing.
So you're not going in saying, I'd like to do an author reading. You're saying, here's my book, you should carry it. And how many
Yes.
do you want? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I'm going to just start setting up target areas because it's easier for me to do that than to try to set up go to a book fair, go to all of these things, because my back and neck are like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Right.
So
well,
easy for me to do that.
one thing that I will comment on about the approach you took, which I think is brilliant. I think, reaching out and not being afraid to send emails. Sometimes it's a numbers game. Maybe you might send 100 emails before you get 3 replies, regardless. But one of the things that I would recommend, instead of attaching an ebook, which some of the spam filters will just not even show the thing, they'll just sweep it right into spam. So is create a link that says click here to download the ebook, and then it will just pull from a link that for a file that maybe you host on Google Drive or something. But it allows them to on demand pull it, and it won't get swept into spam. So that's one thing. Another tip that I heard from another author that I follow is if you send a message, if you take a chance that like this individual, you've got their contact information and you've got a cell phone, she said, send a text message. Hey, this is Debbie. I'm going to be stopping by in the area soon. I'm just going to be following up. I'll give you a call in a little while. And it's a text message. When you call them, it comes up and says, maybe Debbie. So it looks like you are somebody they know already just because you sent a text saying, this is Debbie. Whatever. Now, I had no idea that that was even something that you could do. But I've had that happen to me where the phone rings and it says, maybe so, and maybe James. And I'm like, James, I must know them, right? Because it says it might be James. So I will answer the call, and where in other words, it's less likely that they're going to screen you. So anyway, that was one thing that I thought was kind of interesting, but also just, sending those emails out or pitching to them in a way that really speaks to them. When you were drafting those emails, Debbie, what did you use anything to like craft just the right email? Was it something you used AI to help with?
I did. And then I also told him that where I was located, like in Central California, because they're in Northern California, and just to let them know that we're kind of neighbors.
Right. You're a local author, so they can support. Have you hit any of the Barnes and Nobles in your area? I'm wondering how well they're doing with supporting local authors.
I have not, but I'm getting a list of, there's a few new bookstores that have opened up. And so I'm going to be going in there. And, oh, I forgot what else, but
Yeah. I have a few authors that I've been working with that are all recently told me that Barnes and Noble agreed to bring them in to do an author reading. And they're doing so this might be a new opportunity, but for local authors, and it could be depending on the owner to make that decision, whoever owns that particular branch or manages that particular branch. But they're bringing the authors in and they're telling them to bring books with them, and they'll do like a 60-40 split with 60% going to the author and 40% to Barnes and Noble. So they'll do that to support you. They're not necessarily ordering the books from Ingram, but they are doing it locally. So you could bring the books in with you. So it's worth dropping in before things get too wild and crazy and filled up before the Christmas season.
Yeah, that was the 40-60 split was on my paper.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody questioned it. Nobody.
Awesome.
I asked AI what was the best percent, and that's what they came up with.
Okay.
It worked like a
Awesome.
charm. And also on my paper, I said every first order, whenever I get a first order, I'll donate a book to the school. And
Nice.
I had stickers already made up that says donated by and stuck it in there.
Oh, I like it. So they get credit for the donation donated by a certain company or whatever, right?
Yeah, and then I asked him
Huh.
if you wanted me to do that, or would you like to drop it off? And they said, "Oh, I'll take it." And I
Yeah.
said, "Put your sticker in there,
Yep. And
along with mine."
around this time of the year too, I believe that schools start to there starts to be a budget constraint where it's like if you don't use the money, you lose it kind of thing.
Mhm.
So it's good to, if you can get in and get through, um, introduce yourself, maybe donate a book or two to their school library, introduce yourself, let them know what you're doing, and see if they want to make a purchase. Some people will do do readings for a price, for a fee. Others will do them for and say, if you purchase a certain number of books from me, I'll do it for free. Otherwise, it's this much money. So those are, if you like school visits and that's something that you want to put on your marketing plan, that's an opportunity as well. Thank you for
I
sharing,
have a
Debbie.
couple teachers that are currently reading their book to the children,
Oh, I
and
love it.
so they want me to come in and do something. And I did do the Manteca Book Fest,
Hmm.
and I was away. They had me speak to upcoming authors,
Hmm.
and so my daughter was running the booth, and she had kids coming up. Oh, we know about that book. Our teacher's reading it.
How
And
cool.
a couple teachers said, "Oh, this teacher told me about this," and then they bought a couple books. So
Nice.
that was nice.
It's all a little ripple, starts as a
Mhm.
little ripple, but that ripple spreads and grows. And then you're able to, through word of mouth and through your efforts, marketing efforts. Um, One of the other things that I thought was a great idea, I had heard from one author, is that they never leave. And I think this was an author that did a lot of school visits, but they never leave without asking the individual, do you know of anybody else that might be interested? And he said every time he asks that question, he always gets at least one or two names. And then he's able to then reach out to those other two people and say, so and so thought you might be interested in this. So it was like they've got an in with that person. Um, and that could be, other local bookstores. It could be, you're talking to a local bookstore. Maybe they say, hey, there's a mom and pop around the corner. You might want to check in with
Yeah,
them because they might really like this. But
that
yeah,
happened.
people are always very open, and teachers are always happy to recommend other teachers or other people that they know that would love to have you come in and read to the kids. So yeah, just keep asking. The power of the words of those three letters, ASK, whether you are looking for somebody to be a part of your launch team, whether you are wanting somebody to purchase a book or you're asking for a referral, asking for a review, right? You just have to learn how to be comfortable asking and figure out the way that works best for you. But you just have to get over that shyness and that being an introvert. And I am one who's still trying to get over that. But so, yeah,
Me
this
too.
is great feedback and kudos to you. If you're not excited about your book, why should anybody else be? And you are just a perfect example of someone who just, shouting from the rooftops, I created this book. I have a story to tell, and this is a good book, and you need it for your people, and here's why. So, congratulations. Awesome, awesome job.
I had a whole script of what I was going to say. And then when I got it there and I walked in and I'm just like, I made this. This is what I did, and then it just went from there. But I was
Nice.
just like wanting to curl up in a ball and cry because no one's buying my book, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought, I'm just going to put on my big curl panties and get out there and say
Exactly.
something. What can we
Yes.
do? Say no?
Yeah. And too many people give up without giving it that fair chance because, it's not just because you click publish on a book does not mean it's going to sell. It's not because it's not a good book. Even if you put a lot of money and effort and love into this and you put it out into the world, people now have to find it. And that's what marketing is just trying to is getting the word out that this book even exists, what the benefits are of it, and making sure you're talking to your target audience and that they can find it. So there's a lot of different ways to do that, getting it into local bookstores, doing school readings, going to local events, advertising your book on Amazon, because just clicking publish and knowing it's on Amazon isn't enough. If you don't tell your people, your own network, ask them to share it on their network. Really, you need to follow up. And, the author I spoke with earlier today, she thought she was doing a great job of getting the word out to her people. And she was so excited, like a little kid of, oh my gosh, this book is published and I've been working on it for so long and telling everybody, and yet still only 7 pre-orders, right? So it takes a lot. It's not simple, but if you keep working at it, you'll break through and figure out what works best for you. I'm looking at my YouTube channel here, and we have Ukulele Gold Nuggets asks a question. If I want to do a Spanish translation of an audiobook, do I also need an ebook version in Spanish first, or is the original English version enough? So the ebook version and the audiobook version are two separate things. So they can go on separate paths. You're not dependent to release one only when you have another. So I would recommend that you translate your book into Spanish for your ebook and your print books, as well as your audiobook, but they're not dependent. You can kind of have them in parallel paths and move it forward. By the way, you might want to check your KDP because many of you may not even realize it. But when you look at your KDP dashboard, um, you may see that your book is qualified for a special program that Amazon is doing where for free, your audiobook can be created. So they'll use AI voices and you get to decide. And I think you have the ability to do that in different languages as well. So it's not as good as having a really good voice actor speak in Spanish eloquently about your book, but it is free and it is an option that if you really want to experiment with audiobooks, it could be something that is very easy for you to do. So check it out. Check your KDP dashboard. If you've got a children's book, you probably won't see it. But if you have a chapter book, a longer book, rather than just a picture book, you probably will see it or will see it soon because it's been rolling out across the world. Okay. I hope that's helpful. I have time for one more question. If anybody has a question or comment before I hand things over to Kelly for design stuff. Okay. Hi, David. Welcome. Anything I can help you with,
Hey,
my
April.
dear?
Yeah, if no one has a question, I can ask you a question.
Sure, sure. Go ahead.
Um, I know a lot of people like maybe um, have had experience with like maybe some preparation before launching their book. I'm not sure if you would have any like suggestions or things to like do before that sort of launch.
Hmm.
Like a nice, I think, tactic you mentioned was like reaching out to Barnes and Noble and um, yeah, curious what other like things you think would be fruitful.
Well, I do a normally when I'll meet one-on-one with someone like yourself, we just kind of look at holistically, we create like a marketing strategy. I'll give you some examples of things that I think are helpful up front, but I try to create a custom strategy for people because there are some people, my editor absolutely loves events. Like she wants to go to all the Christmas events, if there's a church bazaar or whatever, she wants to be there and she sells so many books. It's crazy because in person, she is this dynamic person that talks to everybody. And she has a secret weapon, her husband, Harry, who circulates through the crowd and introduces them and brings people over and says, "This is my wife I've been telling you all about." And they do really well. Everywhere they go, they talk about the book, right? She loves it. If you ask me to put a marketing plan together, going to local events is not going to be on there for me. So I feel like the people that are most effective or where you're going to be most effective is probably the things that you love to do. If that is reading to kids, if it is, speaking to podcasters, right? Going and doing interviews and sharing your passion, I highly recommend that you get out there and start pitching to podcasts because you get an opportunity to share your story. You're not in the midst of, having to go to events and lug books around and everything. But the best part of it is that you get to borrow an audience. So look for podcasts that are very similar or in the genre that you are publishing in. Now, as a almost 60-year-old woman, if I wanted to talk about my new book, I might go to podcasts about reinventing your life in later years, right? Because that's part of my story. I might go to Reading with Your Kids podcast. I might, there's so many podcasts out there. And you want to find a podcast that where they share your target audience. And if you are a new author, you probably don't have a very big platform yourself. So think about who you know or who you can tap into that has an audience you can borrow. And that's a really good way of elevating knowledge about your book, right? And that's what we said marketing is telling people that your book exists and helping them understand the value of it. So it could be local newspapers, right? You're a local author, local newspapers, local companies, local bookstores, gift shops, maybe little boutiques, maybe even the local guy at the coffee shop who would love to have more traffic driven into his store would be willing to do like a little uh, coffee time with so and so author and come on down and we're going to talk about this book. He's going to do some signings and we're just going to hang out together. Sometimes even local businesses at this time of the year are looking for opportunities and charitable contributions. So you could even approach them and say, I would like to do a reading or an event at this Title I school, and I'm looking for local businesses that will help me to provide the contribution to help pay for the books. I'm going to go there. So you're basically getting the yes, I'll give you $500 or whatever to do that school reading, and they'll sign it. They'll write it off as part of charitable contributions, and you can go to even places like your local credit union, your bank, right? They contribute to the community all the time, and especially at this time of year. If you said, I want to go into this community where kids don't have enough books, I want to do a reading, I want to put on an event, and I want to talk about this topic that I've written about. And I'm looking for a business to sponsor that. Well, if you've been with this credit union for 13 years, they're probably going to say yes, or going to tell you who you can talk to get the yes, right? So it's just like thinking outside the box. Where else, how can you how can you connect the dots in ways that may be even interesting and will be something that nobody else is doing or thinking about? But definitely think of people that have your audience. What about a local radio show that you can come in if you pitch yourself to a local radio show, or you put a little press release together and you get it out to all the local media? They're always looking for little things that they can put in the paper that talks about you, local authors, or fun, good feel good stories. Those are all ways of getting people to know about your book. But which ones are going to work? You just don't know. When it comes to pre-ordering and getting the sales going on Amazon, if that specifically was where your question was going, David, I would say number one, you want to make sure that you have a very high quality book. So I'm just going to assume it's got a great cover, it's got a great story. Your listing is set up really well, meaning the description has a really good hook that is when your target audience reads it, they're like, yes, that's what I need. And it has some additional images there, maybe some A+ content, right? So you want to differentiate yourself, and you need to give it some visibility by putting some Amazon ads around it. So when I'm launching a new book, I am typically doing a pre-order, which I'm reaching out to a number of my audience that I already have, my platform. And for new authors, that's your family, friends, other authors, people in your community, anybody that you can get to say, hey, would you be interested in helping me support my book launch by pre-ordering a copy of the book for 99 cents, right? 99 cents. If they're not willing to spend 99 cents to support you, I would just question that relationship. So, but you also do need to coordinate well with them. So if you go through this pre-order, you get the 100 people on your launch team. That's what I typically want to do. The other thing that helps you is removes the roadblock of people going to your book, seeing your book, but it's got one review, right? So you want to get those 50 reviews, or if for half of 100 people that are supporting you to show up and actually get the book and review it. Now you've got 50 reviews and your print book hasn't even launched yet. So your print book is launching and you've released, information like a press release out to people. You've got a press kit that you can use to pitch to podcasters and local media and try to get the word out. You've gone on and found local bookstores that you can reach out to. It's all a lot of, DIY, but a lot of just feet on the floor, hit the pavement, phone calls, emails, and it can be very frustrating. And if you want to do none of that, if you say, no way, I'm not doing it, give me the easy button, then I would say it's not an easy button, but it's a one thing you can do that will help get your book the visibility, and that would be Amazon ads. So is that helpful, David?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right. Selah says, I have a problem when I upload my books, they got blocked. What do I have to do? When you are uploading books, Amazon sometimes blocks them. They should have reasons in the email that they sent you. One common reason that I see is I always like to create an ebook for my activity books, even if Amazon blocks it, which they normally do. Sometimes they skate through without a problem, but if Amazon sees that it's a workbook or it's an activity book and you're trying to release it as an ebook, I see them block it all the time. So they won't they'll be like, oh, this is blocked, and they'll give you an email and let you know why and what you can do about it. You can try to, give them an answer and ask them to escalate the issue to an upper level person. Chances are at this point of the game, especially around this time of year, you're probably not going to be very successful. So I would say if you have information about what's going wrong and why this is happening in an email, and you want some additional like one-on-one help to see if I can help you get through it, um, I can invite you to if you want to do a free consult with me. I'm going to post the link. It's aprilcox.com/consult. I offer one free consult to anybody who's having a problem or just wants to see if maybe I could help them with some of their marketing or book publishing efforts. So feel free to use that. It puts 20 minutes on my calendar, and I'm happy to help you. Okay. Selah, oh, she's saying it's faced with a paperback format. Yeah. So did they give you any information about what it was that was getting blocked or why it was getting blocked? That would be an important detail. Okay. All right. Well, Kelly, my dear, I always go over, and I'm so sorry about that. Are you ready? Kelly, are you there?
It's all good. Don't worry.
Okay, so I'm going to make you the host, and I'm going to say goodbye to my friends here on YouTube. But before I do, I'd like to go ahead and introduce yourself. So the folks that are here on, following with us on YouTube, you can be introduced. You can introduce yourself a little bit. Let me see if I can bring you forward. Hold on. And if they want to follow along and come and hang out with you, I will put the link there. But we aren't going to keep going through this. For some reason, I'm not able to make you the host or anything. I wonder why. All right, Kelly. Let me go back here. I can't even bring you forward for some reason. I don't
That
know
is
what that is.
weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. Zoom is being Zoom again. Unfortunately, I've had too much trouble with that. So maybe if I just go back to the participants, view. Sorry, guys. It's giving me a hard time. I guess I'm gonna have to disconnect, but guys, trust me when I say that Kelly is one of the best. And if you want to get feedback on your cover, or if you've got a design question, hop on over. I'm going to post the link on YouTube here. And if you're here with me already, hang out with Kelly. I'm gonna give her my virtual high five and then let her take over. But it is aprilcox.com/events, EVENTS, and it will go ahead and redirect you over to where you can see us live. So thank you everybody for your time with us today. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from our session here on YouTube, and I'll just let Kelly take over if I can figure out how to get myself off of this session here. Guys, if you do end up getting kicked off because something weird is happening, just come right back on and I'll hand off with Kelly. Maybe once I exit out, I'll still be okay. All right. Let's see.
Can you guys hear me?
You're there. Yes, I hear you.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fine.
Fine.
Do you guys have any specific questions or walkthroughs or feedback that you need tonight?
Actually, I do.
Okay. Shoot
Yes.
it.
I have a poster that I've been working on, and
Mhm.
it's in Canva, and there are a couple of things that I'm trying to manipulate, and I'm not having any luck with. So I thought maybe whenever you have a moment, maybe I could share the screen and share what I had before and what I have now. So,
Okay. Anything else specific that you guys want to talk?
No, just whatever you want to.
Okay. So I'll go over your poster first. And after that, if you guys are up to it, we can play images or videos to use on Amazon ads. What do you guys think about that?
You kind of faded out. You said videos on Amazon?
Video or images to use on Amazon ads.
Yes, that would be good. I've been working on one in Canva, but I really want to see what is it Barb is working on.
Do it. Do you want to share your
yes,
screen?
I sure can. Okay, so can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so the one on the left-hand side is the one that I had um, where I had actually just printed like an 8x10 or an 8.5 by 11. And then the one on the right side is the one that I'm working in Canva. And if you notice the bottom left, that's where I have the QR code. Okay. And so there's a couple of things I'm trying to do here where I've got the QR code. See on the left side where, where it has, with the black background, where it has like the cutesy little bow. And so I'm trying to make it to where there's more like a bow here, to where I can still have the QR code, but have a bow.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that I'm also trying to do, see at the bottom where in red, where it says the redrawing for a signed book, I'm trying to have less of a gap in between those two lines there, and I can't figure it out.
That's good. Do you want me to, if I fade, let me know. I know that someone else said that I was having issues with my mic yesterday. I do not know why. But if you want to tell, you want me to tell you the step by step on how to do it, and then you can try to do it, or would you rather share a link and I can do it and show you how to do it from my screen and share my screen? Which one do you prefer?
Maybe it would be nice if maybe I'll just share this with you, and then maybe you can show me and show other people as well. Do you think that might be helpful, Pat?
Sure.
So, okay, so I'm going to select share here.
Sounds good.
And so what do I need to do? People with access or
You can probably just send me a template link. So you see on the bottom. Oh, you are on the free version, right?
yes, I am.
Um,
Can you
do
do this with me having the free version?
I think so. Do a public view link. No, that's not gonna let me edit it. Let me see all.
Can I have you log in with my Canva?
You could. But if I log in with mine, I will have more options.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Do me a favor. Do you see access level in there? Right below your mouse.
Access level. Yes, I see that.
There's a drop down. Try to click on that drop down.
Okay.
And now, but anyone with the link.
Okay.
And now you can copy that link on the purple button and send it to me in the chat. I can try to
Oh,
log in
copy
there.
link. Okay. And then
Go
what
into
am I?
Zoom or email, whatever you prefer. You can go into the Zoom meeting chat, or you can go into your email and email it to me. Whatever
Okay.
you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, bear with me. Let me try to Zoom.
Yeah.
Maybe if I stop the share, then I can see you. There, now I can see you. Sorry.
No
Okay.
problem.
Okay, now, can you sort of instruct me what I need to do
Yeah.
with this here, the share here?
On the bottom where you hit the share button, instead of hitting the share button, there is a chat button.
Here, okay?
So that's gonna open a little chat that you can read conversation or you can type stuff.
Yes, I see that.
You're gonna click on the chat box and you're gonna press Control V or you're gonna use the right button of your mouse and paste.
Here, hold on. Control V. There we go.
And now you enter.
Oh, and enter. Okay. All right.
There we
You
go.
see
I
that?
got
Okay, good. Thank you.
it.
I see it.
I got yeah. I heard a noise as if someone was trying to join the call, but I did not see the approve button, so that's interesting. There we go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
No. Oh,
There it is.
yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I am going to come here and I will create a copy of this for me. File, make a copy. So this way I'm not gonna messing up with your original thing.
Okay.
And what you're gonna do is, do you remember where you press the button saying access level?
Yes.
You're gonna go back and turn that into private, so no one else
Okay.
can mess with it.
Okay, hold
Because
on.
I already have my copy.
So I'll go to the drop down and where it says only you can access.
Yeah.
Okay.
So instead
Okay,
of the
good.
share, you're gonna go into this drop down here, and instead of anyone with the link, you're gonna press only you can access.
Yes, I did that. Thank you so much.
So first things first, the spacing, the vertical
Mhm.
spacing, you click on the box. You see that whenever I do not click on the box, there's no bar here on the top. There's nothing, right?
Mhm.
If I click on the text box, this little menu shows up, you see?
Mhm.
In here, there is the spacing. Line spacing is what you're looking for.
Okay.
You see? Can you see it
Mhm.
getting bigger and smaller?
See it changing, Barb?
Okay. Yeah, I think what my problem was before, I think with the free version, you don't get the advanced. You don't get the advanced. I don't think it's free
Okay, let me
for the
see.
advanced. And
Let,
I
let me see if I
think
can log out and log in with another account. Give me a second. You can talk to me, Pat.
think that that would be free, that she could adjust the line
Yeah,
spacing.
okay,
I have done that before, but I wanted to make sure it's in the same spot or not. So I'm just gonna get out of here and log in with another account and see if I can do that with a free version. Um,
See, I went to the paid version because you can do so much more.
how much do you pay a month for it, Pat?
Um, I think I ended up paying for a year, and it's not cheap, but I use Canva a lot.
I love Canva, even though
I
I
do
can't
too,
figure it out sometimes.
because I can figure Canva out, you know, but if you can't afford it or you want to think about it, you can get it free for 30 days.
Okay.
So you can sign
requested.
up.
Sorry, Sorry, Pat. I requested access to your design. Did you receive a notification there, Barb?
Um,
If not, just put that link and put it into everybody can have it again.
here. Here, let me change it back. Here. Okay. Anyone with the link, copy link. Okay.
Got it.
You got
So
it?
let me make a copy of it with my free version. I can make a copy. Woohoo! You can go
Okay.
back to all yourself now.
And then I can change it back. Okay.
And let's play around free version today.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
then,
can you see my screen?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the non-paid version. See, I have the little button to start a free trial if you want to.
Mhm.
So that's the non-paid version. I'm gonna click on it, and did you see that the menu showed up here?
Yes, I see it.
If I click in advanced settings, that's the little T with the arrow side to
Oh,
side.
okay. Okay, so
Have the
that's
line
the
space there.
one. Okay. Okay, very good. So you do get it with the free version. Okay, that's good to know.
Then you can adjust it as needed.
Right.
For the QR code, I would say you have a few options. The first option is to make it as, I think it's kind of cut. Do you see it's cut here?
Mhm.
I wouldn't recommend cutting it too much just so that your phone can read it.
Okay.
The first option that you have is find another bow, because this bow is kind of like a blue bow. It is behind here, you see?
Right, right.
I will zoom in more. So it is there, it's just really hard to see. Or you can make your QR code a little smaller and try to put it inside the gift. That's also an option.
Yeah, and see, I was trying to do that and I wasn't very successful with it.
That's okay. That's okay. But you have one tricky thing here.
What's
Your
that?
your gift is actually locked. So if you click on your gift, you can't move it around. You see?
Okay.
So what you have to do is you have to click on your gift
And
and this
unlock it.
little, yeah, and unlock
Okay.
it. This way you're gonna be able to move it around or play around more.
Okay.
My recommendation is to get another gift that doesn't have the same color as this little guy here. Or you can simply, you see when I clicked on the gift, there's no menu. Same thing that the text had. There's no menu,
Mhm.
right? When I
Okay.
click on it, the menu shows up here. And that specific asset that you're trying to use, it is actually, you can change the colors. So if I click on this blue here, I can pick whatever color I want for the
Right.
bowl.
Right. Okay.
And you can make that match your needs. So, oh, I want this bowl to be nice and red because it's gonna pop against it. Then you can make your QR code bigger again, and it's kind of gonna look like a bow now. Another thing that you can do is add a border. Do you see a stroke here?
Yeah, see that's what I was thinking. Maybe adding a border. So it's after the eraser. Okay. So
Yeah,
how do
again, you need to click on it. If I don't click on it, there's no menu. You need to click on it and the menu shows up.
Okay. Okay.
And then this is 3 lines here.
Right, right. Okay.
That's the stroke. There's
Okay.
multiple types of stroke. For this situation, I think the straight one is better.
Okay.
And then you can also adjust the how thick you want it. You don't want it to
Mhm.
cover your QR code. So you want to go
Right.
maybe here, like
Oh
a
yeah.
6 or
Okay.
5. You can play around it as much as you need.
So
And you can
we
change the
can
color of
change
it
the
here.
color. Okay. Okay.
And I'll pick the same color as the bowl. I think it was this one. No, it was not this one. It was this one. Yeah. So it kind of looks like a gift now.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Dude,
Is that what you wanted to do?
yeah, I did. And I was really struggling trying to do that. So you like that, Kelly, and you like that, Pat?
Yes.
Yeah, I think this looks good. What are you using that for?
I'm actually going to have a Christmas event at a bookstore.
Is it
And
gonna be print or digital?
um the books,
No, the pamphlet, like the announcement. Is it gonna be like shared on social media, or is that gonna be more like
it's actually going to be printed and it's going to be put like and at the actual bookstore. Now if I also like sent that to them, to put an Instagram or something like that, what would you recommend?
First, for Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, you want to make sure that you're going towards the right ratio. But if you're gonna go for print in this situation, there is two different things that I wanted to highlight. One is when you go for print, if you're doing laser print and you're rich, it is amazing. You can use a full color in the background, like the full green. If you are gonna be like doing a print at home and you do this green in the background, you might lose a lot of ink, like all of your cyan and yellow are gonna be drained, and then
Mhm.
you're gonna have to change your cartridge when the yellow is full or when the magenta is full. So you have like routes around the printing pamphlets that they're like best practices. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
But if you print it at a library, for example, I think it's fine. Or if you use a graphic service that's going to print it for you, that's totally fine too. But just be aware that the amount of green that you're going to spend on this print is going to be a lot, mainly if it's like multiple, like, oh, I'm going to print 30 of these. Your home
Right.
printer might not handle it.
Right. Well, basically, it's really not going to be flyers. It's just going to be basically to where I'll have it like two of them in the actual bookstore itself. And I was wondering, I went ahead and I had a friend of mine that's a printer, and he printed one for me, and it looked really nice. It didn't have your changes on it, but it looked nice, but it was just 8.5 by 11. But do you, Kelly or Pat, recommend like if I wanted to print like a, I don't know, 11 by 14 poster as to where would be the most economical place to print a poster?
If you go
Or have you
if you
ever
go
printed
flimsy
posters?
if you go flimsy poster, like if you go just paper poster, they're big. Go to the library. Libraries are awesome for those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can have a library print.
It depends on the library. So like in Utah, I know that like the county library in the Granite area has plot printing as well as the main city library. So look in your area which library offers the service, but they are cheaper than any other like uh, places that I have looked into, mainly because this is going to be like a one event. So it's not worth it to print that in like a foam poster or something like more expensive. I would say go for more expensive if you didn't have, for example, the date
Yeah.
or the place and that you can reuse something. Then yeah,
Mhm.
go for like a more expensive material. But just for like a one-time outer visit, I wouldn't. I would just do paper.
Well, it's funny. I actually thought about uh, not having the actual December 13th to where I could reuse it for like next year at
Yeah,
the same bookstore.
but it
But
might not be the same dates. It might not be
true,
the same
right,
bookstore. It might not be the
correct.
same time
Yes,
slot. So like
right.
I did like a couple of outdoor events in different bookstores, but they were at different times or at different dates. So I had to reprint everything. And I came to like a new scheme that I have like a lot of my stuff is usable or reusable
Mhm.
because I made it without like a date attached to them. And then some of them are gonna have to have a date attached to them. But I kind of like focus on those for like cheap print and social media.
So basically you're saying it's called plot printing. Is that
Yeah,
what you said?
yeah.
And with the plot printing, what type of format do they need? Like, do
You
they,
tell them, you tell them the size you want up to
okay,
the size that they print. So like they're gonna have a maximum size, and they're
okay,
gonna tell you that. It depends on the machine they have.
okay. Okay, well, very good. I appreciate that. That
Yeah.
is most helpful. And so do you want to send that back to me and then I can save it? Is
Yeah, I'm gonna mess with it here, just making sure that it gets to the edges because I'm a
okay.
weirdo and it drives me nuts. But you guys can keep talking. Uh,
No, if something is out of whack, please let me know. And I noticed the Barbara B. Thompson, I was actually trying to make it upper lowercase, but I guess with that one particular thing, it kept forcing me to do all uppercase. So,
Let
but
me check it out.
do
It
you
might
think,
be a setting or it might be the font. Let me double check and I'll tell you.
yeah, but and sorry, I'm taking up so much time.
No, you're good.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
what we do.
this is great.
And I would change the color green. Do you see the light in green here? It's against the green background.
Yeah,
So I would probably come here because it's a modular asset. You can also change the color of it. I would play around it, maybe put another color in there that it's better than green on green. I don't know. Which colors are there? Yellow, orange, red. I don't remember.
Try blue.
Blue,
What
yeah,
would
blue is
blue
a good
look
one.
like?
what
I was
you
gonna,
talking?
you
You
can
talk.
judge me. I was gonna Google Christmas light colors. You can judge me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, blue and greens depends if it's darker. Yeah, I think that looks better.
Ooh, that
Think.
shows up.
Oh, you're talking about the light, huh? Blue instead
Yeah,
of green. Okay, got it. I wasn't sure exactly where you were talking about before.
Because it would have been too much green on green.
Right, yes, you're
yeah.
absolutely
I
right.
see that.
I would probably make this banner here.
A different color. Oh, no, that's too
Ooh.
bright.
Darker. Or maybe white on
You
green
know,
will look good.
I actually kind of liked the blue. I don't know. I guess the one reason why I sort of like the blue is because it matched the tree. And even though I know trees aren't blue, but that's you see what I'm saying? It has a
I'll, yeah,
I
sure.
see what you're saying, but it shows up better against the white. It
That's
stands
what I was
out.
yeah,
thinking.
right. Okay. Well, go ahead
It
and play
sta
with that and let's
it's yeah, it stands out more. You see it more.
right. Okay.
Could also try
Usually,
to do the
there's the green.
it matches the tree, just
Yeah,
flip it
Yeah.
matches the
around.
tree.
Let me see. The you want your name? What did you say about the uppercase?
I was trying to do the name in upper lowercase.
Okay.
Well, what do you think?
I like it uppercase, but
Well, if you like it uppercase, one thing that and I noticed the O's look kind of weird, in the
which one?
Some
well,
of it
see,
looks bold, like
yeah,
it's
see how like the book BOOK and then the author, see how those O's they all look kind of like I
That's
don't,
probably the font itself. So I'm
okay,
gonna, yeah, I put one uppercase and one lowercase here. They're all the same, you see? It's just
okay,
the font type. So if you do
yeah,
not like the font type, I'm gonna be honest. I liked the font type for the title and even like the author's name. In here, for me, it's really hard to read.
oh,
it is
okay.
hard to read.
Okay,
So
well, if you feel like it's hard to read, then make changes
I
as you
would
see fit.
probably say Christmassy letters.
And if you want to change that of have you seen my sock? Because for some reason it seems like it's a little small.
It didn't bother me, but it's kind of weird that it repeats twice. So it's in here and then it's here again.
Well, the only reason why I'm doing that is because I want to let them know that they only get a free gift if they purchase the Have You Seen My Sock book. So
But
I don't want there to be any question as to, well, I purchased a book, I should get a free gift. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
I think you can remove this one because this one already tells the reader that you are the author of it. Does that make sense? Because if you get it with a purchase of this book specifically, you are the author of this book specifically. I don't think you need this one here. And I would make this one like red, so that calls the attention as well. I can duplicate this one again. I duplicated yours, so your original one is up here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna duplicate this one just to show what I'm talking about, and you can ignore me. This is like more personal choice, I guess. So I would do something like this. I would match with the red in here. Ugh, not this red. This one? Not yet. The other one. There we go. And I would probably make it bigger. One thing that I would do is I'll put this one up here. And I would break these into 2 different boxes so I can manage them separate. Right now, it's the entire text is in one box. I will duplicate this. I will delete all of the text from this one except for the "Have you seen my sock?" And I will delete "Have you seen my sock?" from this one. So I can try to manage them separately. Do you see that I went to the side? The text? When I deleted stuff? It was just a huge space for some reason. There's like a huge space over here.
Right, right.
Just so you know. And that's kind of like what I would do. I would make it even bigger. So have you seen my sock? It's nice and call the attention. Do you see when I move it around, little purple lines show up on my screen?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna show me the location of it. I want it to be centered. So I want that line to be nice and over the entire page.
You know, what could there's a lot in that paragraph, and she was talking about breaking it up into 2 boxes. One way you could shorten some of it is you could say signed books. And are your bookmarks free?
Yes, the bookmarks are free.
You know, maybe you could, most bookmarks come with a book. You might, and most people don't sign a bookmark. You just sign your book. I think I would just say, this is just a thought. Signed, let me read that again. Signed
Sorry. I don't
signed
know how to
books,
stop typing.
signed books available for purchase, or books signed by the author available for purchase. Instead of saying get your book and bookmark signed and then books available for purchase, try to put it together in one sentence. Signed author signed books, or signed books by author available for purchase. Do you
Okay.
follow me?
Yeah. And
Try to kind of
I like that, what you just said.
something like
Signed book.
signed books available for purchase. And they know it's going to be you because you're the author. If you want to say books signed by author available for purchase, but if you just say signed books, they pretty much know it's you. That's up to you. But that's a way to
I think I like the book signed by author available for purchase.
there.
What do you think, Kelly?
I was trying to remember how they displayed on the shelves of Barnes and Nobles and stuff. I think they called it signed edition. So signed editions.
Well, what about signed books by author available for purchase?
Sure, I said it again. Signed
Books by
books by.
Or signed book? Or what?
sign. I'm thinking.
Pat, have
Is
you
is
ever
there
done?
anything that would it sound strange to say author signed books available for purchase? Does that not sound right?
It doesn't quite sound right to me, but
No.
I'm not sure.
So the way that I would do is
You need to say bookmark signed, because I've never known anybody to sign a bookmark.
I sign bookmarks. I know it sounds silly.
Oh, you do?
I
Oh,
do. Yeah.
okay. I mean, that's, yeah.
Well, because basically, it's just a little freebie, and maybe it's silly to sign a bookmark. I don't know.
Huh. I think they're more interested in just, I don't think you have to say bookmark sign. You can just
Okay.
sign it along
Okay.
with the book because
Right.
what they're
Right.
more interested in is getting the book signed.
Right.
And I mean, you can just sign it as you sign the book. If you're looking to cut down on some verbiage. I wouldn't put bookmarks available makes it look like you
No.
have to pay for the
Yeah.
bookmark.
It's almost like you have to
Yeah.
purchase a
But I
bookmark.
see underneath it, get your book or bookmark signed.
I'm just playing with the words,
She's
guys. You
playing with
can.
it.
No,
Yeah.
you're fine.
I was also trying
Yeah.
to think of like getting the exclusive or signed edition or something like more poppy because people like these things.
Mm. I'm gonna go grab water. I'll be back.
Join us to celebrate the Christmas event. Reading the mother and two exclusive.
Isn't it a shame, Barb, that more people don't attend this? Look at what all the help that you're getting.
I know.
It's a pity because this woman has a lot of experience and a lot of good ideas, and I don't know. I just don't know.
Um, honestly though, normally I would be at a church life group tonight, so I wouldn't be available. So that's why a lot of times I would love to, be more available, Kelly, on your meetings, but that's why I'm not.
It is
But
all good.
Is it
um,
on Wednesday nights? Don't misunderstand what I'm going to ask. Are you Protestant?
no, it's non-denominational.
You're
It's
non-denominational,
Yeah,
but I do know that a lot of non-denominational and Protestant churches do get together on a Wednesday night.
yes, they do.
The Catholics don't.
Are you
I'm
Catholic?
Catholic. I'm
You,
Catholic, and we don't.
well,
But
it's funny. I was brought up Catholic.
oh, okay.
You
Well,
know
then
what?
we don't go to
Yes,
church
I
on a
do.
Wednesday night.
You
But I
know,
know a lot of my friends that are Baptists. They're always in church on Wednesday night, so you don't have to worry about me as long as I go on a Sunday
I
and
uh, I like that
rattle my
highlighted.
and rattle my rosary beads every now and then.
That's right. Um, so you do a lot of events, right, Pat?
Yes, I do a lot. That's where mainly sell my books is at, I don't go to school visits because when my first book came out, it was COVID. And I just
Oh my
have a
God.
real bad taste about going to schools.
Hmm.
And school districts around me aren't very good. So it would have to be private or parochial schools. But I
Oh,
go to a lot of craft fairs. I try to go to as many as I can. Craft fairs and farmers markets are hit and miss because most of them are there to buy produce and food. But I've got an event coming up. There's not been a whole lot of craft markets in my area, but I've got a 2-day event coming up the middle of November. And I take bookmarks. Some now, like with your poster, it's true. If you were to print that up yourself, you're going to gobble up a lot of ink. But
no,
I do
I
have
would not print it. I would have someone else do it.
have it printed. You
Uh,
can go to like I know I've got a local print shop and when I really need a quick run, maybe a little bit more, I can go to them and have it the same day or the next day. And also in St. Louis, we have something called Minuteman Press. They do things.
Okay.
And then, of course, if you've got time, you can go to Vistaprint. I've used Vistaprint a lot, and I use Sticker Mule for my
Oh,
stickers.
okay. Oh, for your
But
stickers.
I don't go overboard. I'll take stickers, bookmarks,
Mhm.
and I'll take I have those postcards that I had made like Bobby Hinman recommended.
Mhm.
And then I did a tablecloth with, my little trolley on it. But I don't give away candy. I don't have a sheet for them to sign up. The QR code is there if they want to. I don't even have an email list. And another thing, a recommendation, and I don't know where I got it, but I went to Amazon and I bought clear plastic bags.
Mhm.
Clear, like this. Hold on. I'll get one. Just a minute. What are you doing, Lucy? And they look like this. Let me take the blur off. I think I got blur on. Okay. They're like this. And
Oh,
they got a
okay.
handle. See the handle?
Yeah.
And then what I do is I want it to be clear because what I do is I put my book in there and what they buy, if they buy a book, then they get a bookmark, they get a sticker, maybe
Mhm.
maybe a postcard, but they're walking around with your book.
Mhm.
Do you follow me? And then
Right.
they're going to see, someone will see your book and say, "Oh, that's really cute. Where did you get that?" Because if it's in a colored bag, they can't see. So
Right.
that's what I did. And then that way they can put other stuff in it if they want. But
Now
I got
you
them from,
now you sell only the paperback, correct? With your events, you don't do
yes,
hardcover. Okay.
no, I don't. I don't do hardcover at all at events. And I don't even try to push, I'll say the ebook and hardcover, that's on the postcard, that's all available. But
Mhm.
you're, this day and age, Barb, um, the economy's not good right now.
Right.
And you've got government shutdown, money is tight, people are being
Mhm.
laid off. I'm in St. Louis, and our biggest employer is Boeing. Here at Boeing, we're making fighter aircraft for the government, and they're on a strike, and they've been
Mhm.
on strike for 12 weeks. So these are union men that made very, very good money,
Right.
and it's not coming in now. That's our biggest employer in St. Louis is Boeing. Just like there's Boeing in Seattle, they make the commercial aircraft. Here in St. Louis, we make all your fighter jets.
Mhm. Okay.
So I wouldn't even try to push a hardcover right now.
Well, it's kind of funny because with the bookstore that I go to, they actually purchase more hardcovers than they do the paperback. So I just have both of them available.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
now,
Yeah.
I end up having to, because I'm at a bookstore, I have to,
Right.
give them a percentage.
Right.
But no, for some reason they do a lot better with the hardcover than the
Then yeah,
bookstore.
then that bookstores probably do. But
Yeah.
when I go to like a craft event,
Mm-hmm.
craft fair or a farmer's market, I
Right.
only bring paperback.
And I'm hoping that I can collaborate next year with one of the authors that I'm about to, meet up with at a craft show, Christmas craft show, see if I can work with her next year. And that's what I'll do because I think that's great advice to only do the paperback at a craft show.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, Kelly, just to let you know, the
Mhm.
bookmarks, I give everybody a bookmark. Okay. So they get
Okay.
bookmarks and they get stickers. Okay. And the actual freebie that they're getting is I have these like little packets of crayons that I got a whole bunch of them before. So I'm going to like do like a color sheet and, like wrap it, sort of wrap it where you can put in the crayons and then put like a bow on it. And that's going to be their free gift, but they're only going to get the free gift if they purchase the book. So just to let you know that everybody gets a bookmark.
I can put everybody gets a bookmark.
You
I'm
don't really have to, but I just want to let you know that the free gift is only for the ones that purchase the book.
Yeah, I put it here. Every book purchase of Have You Seen My Sock?
Right. And you don't really need to put a free holiday bookmark because they'll I like that while supplies last though, because I'm hoping it'd be nice to
It,
think I'm going to run out of the books.
it is it is your choice entirely. I'm just going with the marketing eye. So whenever someone sees urgency, they feel special. They feel like I need
Okay.
to get it now because it's gonna end. Or you can say, you know what? Just because you're so cute, you also get one. It doesn't matter. So like
Okay.
you can use those strategies to make them feel special. And that helps with sales. It helps with like making a presence last longer than just like everybody gets one. Does that make
Well, and
sense?
and maybe what we can do instead of having free holiday bookmark, they could
Hmm.
have like a free holiday gift or something while supplies last. If or free child's gift or you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
just to let them know that they're going to get something special for purchasing the book. So and I think that free surprise gift is cute.
Yeah, I
And
like
you can
that.
you can play around and you can change it as much as you need.
Right,
I'm just
right.
like playing around ideas.
No, no,
You don't have to
that's
stick with
great.
it.
No, I really appreciate you doing this. I really do. And I'm sorry I'm taking up so much time, but I really appreciate you doing this.
You're entirely fine. Um, I'm just trying to play around. This was too long, so I'm trying to see how to make it less long.
If you
It
want,
breaks it up, Barb, the colors between the red and then the black or the blue and then the red again.
right.
You can really see this better.
I still don't like the
Hmm.
green very much. I think it's a different green, but I'm not sure. I'm picky. You can tell. But again, you don't have to stick with what I'm giving you. I'm just showing you the possibilities. So like you can break things
Hmm.
up, can change sizes, you can change the spacing, you can play around the colors. There's a lot you can do here.
Barb, I've got a comment, and I don't know about Kelly, but
Yes,
I like the green because green is Christmas, red and green
right.
is Christmas. I- Is there, do you think that green is a little too dark?
It is dark, but
Okay,
it's light. So
do
it's dark when you compare it to, for example, the dark blue. It is
Yeah,
light when you compare it to the reds or the whites.
yeah.
So
okay.
it's a very nuance kind of thing.
Now, one thing that I'm curious about, where it says join us to celebrate the Christmas season, that there, is it possible to make it more bold where it pops out more, all that?
I would.
Because if it pops out more, then because I know it sounds funny, but I really like the green.
Yeah.
Okay, you are
What do
the
you
boss.
what do you think about that, Pat?
Stands out, yes.
It,
All she did was bold. Well, did you change the font?
I have to change
Or-
the font because I'm on the free version, and this
Yeah.
font specifically doesn't have bold. You see, the bold
well,
is not active.
Oh,
So I
that's
just
right. She
I
can't
just
bold
changed
it.
for it depends on the font that you're using. Some of
Yeah,
them are gonna allow you to bold and some of them are not.
Oh,
right.
okay. Okay.
See, if they're bold, they can stand out more.
Right.
But you don't have that. You ought to really consider taking the free 30-day trial and then writing it on your calendar before the end of 30 days and canceled it. And in that 30 days, you can bold, you can do whatever you want.
Barb,
Right.
I'm duplicating that. Don't freak out. I'm gonna change things here. You can judge me.
Oh, you're
Uh,
you're fine.
your green is here. You said you're gonna print like about 2 of these, and it's not gonna be at home, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Do not judge me. Give me a minute.
No,
Give me a minute.
Oh, I see what she's doing.
Ooh. Oh, you're looking for different greens, huh?
Yes,
Well, what about a lighter
just playing
green?
around.
I'm just playing around.
Oh, you're fine. Ooh.
You know what? I am gonna
Oh.
go ignore that. I'm just gonna go over here and say,
Too bright.
I'm kind of liking that.
Yeah, I do too. It makes the Christmas tree
I,
stand out.
yeah, I'm kind of liking that.
I think
It's
you read
just
it
a
better.
it's a subtle change, Barb, but I think I like it. The
And
words
I
stand
am
out.
gonna go
Yeah,
bold
yeah,
over here.
yeah, the words
I'm
stand
gonna
out
use this
more.
one here,
Yes, they do.
and I'm going to effect.
Oh, I think I really like that green.
Yeah,
Red.
yeah. It stands out more. Makes the Christmas tree stand out too.
And it's still green. You know what I
Yep,
mean? So
still
so
green.
that helps.
It's not that drastic, but it's
If you don't mind, I have a hungry cat. I'm gonna be right back, okay?
No problem.
Hold
Go for
on.
it.
we only have a few minutes.
I need
Yeah,
to
I
go
like
put my
that green
kiddo
better.
down soonish. And which color was this one? Right? Yeah. I'll put this. Where's my color? Come back here. This one maybe. I think it looks more readable.
Yep.
And we can even play around. I wanted a texture to put it on the background that it's kind of like whitish.
Excuse me, I'm back. I have a very vocal kitty.
I couldn't hear it.
Couldn't hear it.
No.
I like that little bit lighter green, Barb.
So do I. But
It
now
shows up better.
I almost feel like the tree needs to be a different color now, though.
Yeah, I think I would make the tree very green, to be honest. Like
A dark green or
yeah, like a
something.
Christmas green. That would be my pick.
Oh, there. Yeah,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
almost.
Like this,
Now
and the
that
yellow, more yellow too. Bam. Maybe tiny bit.
you might want to make the tree just a tiny bit lighter.
Yep, a little bit lighter.
Yeah, just a little lighter. It seems
Yeah.
like it's a little dark.
1 second, 1 second. Oh no, I don't have the thing that I want to the tree. I wanted to do like a glow behind it. But for this non-paid version, there is no glow. Let me see what I can do here. I'll try for a shadow, glow shadow, maybe. it so wrong? It is not a draw. Do you guys see the trees shadows over here for some reason?
Yeah, the little shadow.
Yeah, the shadow's there.
I don't know why it's there. It should be just behind it. Huh. None. Glow.
Now it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
I don't know what happened. And now I want to make it like glow. Maybe in red? Too much? No, that looks bad. Maybe that could be a darker green and the tree can be lighter. I'll try that. They're very dark green. And then the tree itself can be a little.
Yeah, that's a little better. Oh, well,
Okay.
no.
It's
That's
a little,
okay.
it might be a
That's
little too yellow, maybe. Just a tad. I like that.
mhm.
And I will change this one to match this.
It really looks good, Barb.
I like it.
So, as a designer, I'm never happy with my stuff.
I'm sorry, you
I-
cut out for a minute. What did you say?
As a designer, I'm never happy with my stuff. I play with it and I play with it and I play with it, and I'm like, okay, I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna call it good. But yeah, that would be kind of like more towards what I would go with. Any other last changes?
Hold on 1 minute. I'm just reading that every book. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I do. I like that, and it stands out more.
Mhm.
The only thing that I know, it sounds funny, that I'm not really that crazy about is the font for this.
Yeah, font is something that you want to play a lot with, and
Yeah.
honestly, you have a very limited selection of fonts with the free version, so you really want to play with it. I totally recommend you spending some time looking over all of the font choices and choosing
Okay.
something that you're happy with.
Okay. Now, one thing that I'm curious about, since you, oh,
I like this tree more. Is that weird? Ooh, what about this one? You like this one more? The green?
you know, the one thing I like about the green with the yellow and the white is because the white, it sort of, it sort of reminds me of the snow in
Okay.
the background. What do you think?
I always listen to the customer.
What do you think, Pat?
It is, but I think I would, like Kelly, I would play around with other Christmas trees.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that one is not matching the other
Well,
art
here, well,
things.
put that tree over it and see
Yeah,
what
it's
it.
not as realistic as the
duplicate.
one on the left.
Okay.
Duplicating, deleting the.
The one that she just put on is more realistic looking. And then you can put a star on the top, or you can put yellow lights on it, or you can just, when you get the version back, just play with different Christmas trees.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them. Because I know I did a coloring book, a Christmas coloring book, and I have one on the front of mine.
Yeah, I would play around it a little bit too. And I was
Yeah.
actually looking into textures to put it behind that would make the middle of it a little lighter. So it's a
I don't know what mine looks like.
something like this. Oh, that's Canva Premium. Maybe-
This is mine.
Let me see. Oh, yeah. Now,
Okay, like Canva.
you did that on Canva?
Yeah,
Yes.
and on the free version, right?
See, I used the same lights you did,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then it's a big, it's a globe, like a big
Oh,
globe,
yeah.
and then I put the tree in it, and I dropped this down, and then I put the little deer, and there's the Santa Claus.
Oh, that's cute.
And then on the back, I did that tree with the kids and the snowman.
Oh, that's cute.
But this tree came just this way. I didn't add this. It all came together.
In one piece.
So
So that's
the,
what you can do, is you can just go in and play around with different Christmas trees.
okay,
I like
so,
this.
And
I think,
and the font.
yeah, and the font.
I was trying to find a non-subscription white stain. My idea was to give it a little bit of texture. So if you are
Mhm.
able to find a subscription white stain, not like this, but more like this one. Yeah, more like this one-ish. You can put it behind the text to give it more of a pop and change the transparency up here just to give you like a little bit of a texture and your eyes.
Oh, that looks neat.
But this one is paid, so I need to spend the time finding like a free version. But that's something that you can do, and you totally should look into it because that makes the text pop more and gives more like a texture around your art.
okay, so that's under what? The
That's in the graphics.
transparency.
Oh,
It's under,
here, whenever you click in any of your art things, you go
okay.
to the menu, they see this little grid here.
Oh, for transparency?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
changes the transparency of the thing. So it would give you a nice texture on it. I changed the transparency of the snow too. So the snow was completely white. I put in 53% because it was bothering me when I was reading. See the
Oh,
difference?
okay, right, right,
I just changed to 53%. So you can still see the snow, but it doesn't clash with the text.
right. Okay, yeah, and you can read that better, so
Yep.
that's good.
So yeah, I am gonna have to
Okay,
go
well,
Yeah.
send for my
thank you so
child.
much. I really appreciate it, and I am sorry I spent so much time.
No, you're good.
That's
We do that.
okay.
Yeah, we do that every week, so we can
Yeah.
do the advertisement next week.
Thank you.
I'll send that on the chat. Make sure to grab the link.
Okay, I'll do that.
And if you make a copy, let me know if you want me to make it private again, or if you want me to leave it as public access.
Yeah, can you, I'm not really
I can leave
sure.
it. I can leave it public. It's something that you're gonna advertise it anyways, right?
Yeah,
So
can you, I've sort of lost you. I can't see you anymore. Can
Oh.
you, can, can I change it to where you can I can change my view? And then you can send it to me? Is that possible?
I'm not quite sure I understood.
If I change it to anyone with the link, can you send that back to me?
No, because that's a different file. But I can probably copy the entire thing and paste it in yours, I guess.
Yeah, can you? Because I can't see you anymore.
Let me see if it allows me. Let me
I'm
open
gonna
it.
get going. You'll be
That-
back in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay, I might have something about Canva if you'll help me.
Okay,
Okay.
go for it. You can also email me, Beth, if you have any questions. Barb, can you
Yes.
make it access public?
I
Oh,
sure
got
can.
it. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but I can't see anymore.
Yeah, with yours, I cannot edit yours. Because I can request the access to edit, but you need to allow me to edit.
Okay, let's see how do I allow you to edit? I'm sorry.
Do you see access level? Are you on the access level button?
Okay, I
Next,
don't,
next to it,
I don't see the access any, oh, so choose share again. Okay, hold on, access
yeah.
level, and anyone can view, okay, and then where it
And
says, what
you
am I
have
looking for?
you have to say anyone with the link, and instead of can view, you need to say can edit.
Oh, can edit, okay, edit, okay, I just did.
Let me try it again. Ah, there we go. Add page. Control V. Let me see if it's gonna let me do the whole page copy. Oh yeah. There we go. Can you see it on your computer? It's page number 2. You need to scroll down.
Oh, page number 2, okay, hold on, let me look real quick.
Again.
I'm trying to get to page 2.
Mm.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, great. Yes.
Yes, I see it. Okay, so I can just say that, correct?
Yeah, that's gonna be in yours. You can change it to the access on the share to only you can access again.
Oh, okay, yes,
And now it's gonna be only yours.
Okay.
Play around with the font and with the tree, and it should be good to go.
Okay. I did only access, only you can access, so that's all I need to do there.
Yep, and now it's yours again. I cannot mess with it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you did.
Of course, I'm glad to help. I'm glad that it was useful. I'm just gonna go take care of my kiddo. She's like, can I go take a bath? And I'm like, yes, but do not make the entire restroom full.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you have yourself a wonderful evening. And I'm hoping that in 2 weeks, maybe I can be there again. And this time I won't monopolize the time, though. How's
No,
that?
you're entirely fine. I hope the event goes well.